Bali, here, the gods live in every tree, in every gust of wind, in every drop of rain sliding down the leaves of a banyan tree. This is a place where spirits aren't legends, they're neighbors. Rituals happen more often than you can blink. They weave into daily life, filling the air with scents and sounds you've never known before. A smile here isn't marketing, it's a charm. Locals use it to shield their world from the chaos outsiders bring. The smile is warm, but there's a boundary in it. Beyond that lies a Bali you haven't met yet. Bali isn't a resort for the weary and overworked. It's an island that demands respect. Paradise here isn't a promise. It's a contract. It holds as long as you follow the rules, even the ones that aren't written down. Break them, and Bali will shut you out, like shutters closing before a storm. You'll find out why a careless selfie can put you on the next flight home, why a smile might not be an invitation but a polite refusal, and how this island transforms those who are willing to stay quiet, to stop arguing, and to stop bargaining with ancient laws. Welcome to an island where paradise has no patience for disrespect. Interesting facts: the entry fee and the tax. A plane ticket alone won't get you into Bali anymore. Every visitor now pays a $10 levy, online before arrival. No payment, no entry. Imagine that. The island greets you not with smiles, but with a digital checkpoint. This isn't just bureaucracy, it's a filter. Bali doesn't want random visitors. It's looking for people ready to learn its rules even before boarding the plane. And yes, those who forget to pay are sent straight back. Here, paradise begins with discipline, overcrowding and traffic. Every year, over 6 million people land here. 6 million dreams of turquoise waters, swaying palms, and perfect serenity. But the reality feels heavier. Roads choke with scooters, taxis, and tour buses. A 20-kilometer drive can take 2 hours. Picture this. You're racing toward your dream, only to end up in a traffic jam where the heat from the asphalt blends with the scents of spices and exhaust fumes. For the locals, it's more than an inconvenience. It's a pressure cooker on nature, on people, on the island itself. Paradise is overheating. Nyepi, the day of absolute silence. And then comes the day when the whole island exhales. Nyepi, 24 hours without lights, without Wi-Fi, without fire, and without a single footstep in the streets. This isn't a tourist gimmick. It's an ancient vow. Even the airport shuts down so Bali can cleanse itself. You stay in your room, hear your own breathing, and realize, here, silence is law. You don't want to break it. You don't even feel the need to. Galungan and the Penjors. But Bali isn't only about silence. Every 210 days, the streets turn into an open-air gallery. Penjors, tall bamboo poles dressed in fabrics and flowers, rise gracefully along the roads. This is Galungan, a sacred time when the spirits of ancestors return home. Families prepare offerings, houses fill with the scent of incense and the sound of chanting. The living and the dead share meals. The island doesn't go quiet. It sings softly for those who know how to listen. The plastic ban, less than 1 liter. Here, trash isn't just dirt. It's an offense to the gods. Plastic bottles under 1 liter are banned on Bali. Imagine, even drinking water comes only in glass or reusable containers. Locals believe nature is alive. Polluting it with plastic is like insulting a person, and the cost can be higher than money. The new tourist code. In spring 2025, Bali introduced strict new rules. Here, they no longer ask politely, they expect compliance. Temples require a sarong. Streets demand calm. No shouting, no rude behavior, no revealing clothes in the wrong places. And break the code, and you could face a fine or a one-way ticket home with no right to return. Women and temples. One rule often surprises visitors. Women aren't allowed inside temples during their menstrual period. This isn't discrimination. It's a matter of ritual purity, observed here for centuries. Bali is an island of rituals. They aren't debated, they are followed. Tourism as a test. A trip to Bali isn't just a vacation, it's a ritual in itself. You're welcomed only if you're willing to stay in the background. The island offers much, but it expects something in return: silence, respect, and the humility to be a guest, not the master. Myths and realities. Myth number 1, Bali is an endless paradise. On YouTube, Bali looks like a postcard. Turquoise waters, coconuts on white sand, palms leaning gracefully toward the ocean. People come here for a reset, certain that nothing can go wrong in paradise. But this paradise comes with conditions. The laws apply to everyone, tourists included. Wear the wrong clothes in a temple? That's a fine. Litter on the street? Another fine. It's not strictness for the sake of being strict. It's a system designed to protect the island from those chasing likes instead of understanding. Myth number 2, it's just one big party. Surfing, clubs, beach raves at sunset. TikTok is full of dancers bathed in golden light. On video, it all looks like pure freedom. But try driving from Kuta to Ubud, and you might spend 2 hours covering 20 kilometers. And if you blast music on the beach at the wrong time or throw a noisy party, it won't end with a warning. You could be deported. Bali doesn't tolerate noise where it disrupts the balance. Myth number 3, everything here is laid back. It might seem fine to walk into a temple in shorts and snap a few selfies with the statues. After all, it's so beautiful. But temples are the domain of the gods. No sarong, no entry. And for women during their menstrual period, the gates stay closed. Ceremonies follow a set rhythm, without chaos. Even time here feels like part of the ritual. Myth number 4, anything goes here. I'm paying, so I can do whatever I want. Many tourists think this way, acting as if money grants them immunity. But cash won't protect you if you cross the line. Dancing on a sacred mountain or stripping down in the wrong place has already gotten visitors sent home. No second chances. This isn't a threat. It's a rule that's very much enforced. Myth number 5, nature here is untouched. In photos, Bali looks pristine. Rice terraces, waterfalls, and jungles that seem frozen in time. But locals see a different picture. The terraces are shrinking, replaced by villas and cafes. Plastic bottles now line hiking trails. Bali isn't suffering from disasters. It's suffering from the love of millions of visitors eager to leave their mark. Myth number 6, Nyepi is a fun festival. Some tourists imagine Nyepi as a colorful celebration with costumes, music, and dancing until sunrise. But Nyepi is a day of absolute silence. For 24 hours, you can't leave your home. You can't turn on lights, make noise, or even use the internet. The airport shuts down. This isn't a break. It's the island's deep cleansing. Everything falls quiet, and all you hear is yourself. Myth number 7, the locals are here for the tourists. It feels like the whole island revolves around its visitors. Smiles seem like invitations, and local crafts like souvenirs made for foreign suitcases. But that's an illusion. The smile is a code of politeness, not an entry into their personal world. Bali doesn't live for hotel ratings. It lives for its rituals. You're a guest here, not the center of their universe. Myth number 8, surfing is everywhere, all the time. Videos of perfect waves make it look effortless. Step out of your villa and you're riding like a pro. But many beaches are dangerous for beginners. There are stormy months when the ocean is unpredictable, and there are times when the waters grow calm, waiting. Even nature here demands respect. Rules and oddities temples, sarong required. On Bali, appearance isn't just a formality, it's a gesture of respect. It doesn't matter who you are or how much you paid for your trip. Without a sarong, you won't step foot inside a temple. A sarong here isn't just fabric, it's your pass into the spiritual world. Refuse to wear one, and you'll find yourself quietly turned away. Clothing isn't just cloth, it's the line between reverence and insult. Shoes off, jokes aside. Taking off your shoes at the entrance is as natural here as removing your hat in a theater. To walk into a temple in sandals is like shouting in a library. Locals might still smile at you, but that smile isn't kindness. It's a warning. You've crossed a line, and you won't even notice how fast you've landed on the island's mental list of bad tourists. On Bali, that's more dangerous than you think. Sacred springs aren't swimming pools. Even the water here is part of a ritual. Before bathing in Bali's holy springs, you must perform a purification ceremony. This isn't entertainment, it's a sacred act. Jumping straight in, without blessing the water, won't cool you down. It'll desecrate the place. And yes, people will notice, quietly, but without forgiveness. Plastic is outlawed. Even a plastic water bottle can get you in trouble. The first time might bring a warning. The second, a fine. For locals, litter isn't a minor offense. It's an insult to nature. And nature on Bali is a temple under the open sky. If you don't understand that, the island won't understand you either. Alcohol and cigarettes, only by the rules. Here, fun isn't forbidden, but it has boundaries. You can't drink beer on the beach. You can't smoke in the park. There are designated zones for that. Bali isn't against joy, but joy here must be quiet and in the right place. Want to break the rules? Be ready to pay for it. Satpol PP, the shadow police. Bali has an invisible force, Satpol PP. They don't chase criminals, they monitor behavior. Swearing in public, drinking where it's not allowed, filming yourself on a motorbike without a helmet. Satpol PP will find you. This isn't a tourist spectacle, it's protocol. Break the rules, face deportation. Here, they don't explain twice. They don't ask you to fix your mistake. If you cross the line, you're gone. Fast, and for good. Bad behavior isn't a section of the law, it's a verdict. And once it's handed down, there's no winning back the island's trust. Tourist mistakes, forgetting to pay the entry fee online. You land with a light heart, dreaming of sunsets and surfing, excitement in your eyes. But at the border, the officer's smile fades. Please step aside. Online. The dry words hit like a cold shower. Without proof of the tourist levy payment, you're nobody here. It's not just a fee, it's a filter. A test to see if you're ready for an island where order matters more than spontaneity. A villa with a view of construction. The Instagram photo. Turquoise pool, swaying palms, a golden sunset. On screen, paradise. In reality, concrete, rebar, and the pounding of jackhammers. Sure, there's a view, just not the one you expected. Bali teaches a key lesson. Don't trust pretty pictures. And never book a place without reading the reviews. Renting a scooter without a license. A scooter feels like freedom. Wind in your face. Sunsets, roads lined with palms. It feels like the real Bali, until you get pulled over. Without an international license, it's a fine, or they take the bike. The police don't argue, they don't bargain. Here, this isn't part of the adventure. It's a lesson. Respect the rules, and the road will respect you back. The locals tour. you meet a guy. He smiles, speaks with confidence, swears he knows secret spots. 40 minutes later, you're standing by the roadside with a rented scooter and a bottle of warm water. The only thing you've learned, there used to be a temple here. Now it's long gone. Arriving in August, you thought August was the perfect time for a holiday. In reality, the sun burns like a flat iron. The humidity wraps around you like hot soup. Lines everywhere, roads at a standstill, traffic jams longer than the streets themselves. No peace, no zen. Bad timing can turn a dream into a survival marathon. A swimsuit in a temple. The temple is right by the beach. I'll just pop in for a minute, you think, still in your swimsuit. But here, that's an insult. The temple guardian's stare is heavier than any fine. That moment stays with you longer than any photo. No spices, please. You're sitting in a small warung asking, no spicy, please. The cook stays silent, turns around, and cooks it his way. He serves the dish. You eat. But in truth, Bali hasn't welcomed you. Here, asking to change the flavor is almost an insult to the craft. A smile is not equal to agreement. They nodded, said, yes, yes. You're sure you've got a deal. But the next day, no one shows up. In Bali, yes can mean no. It's a way to avoid conflict, to keep harmony. A smile here is diplomacy. You have to learn how to read it. What's truly worth seeing? Nyepi. The day Bali stops. Once a year, Bali goes still. No lights, no fire, not a single footstep in the streets. Even the airport shuts down. It's as if the island disconnects from the world. This isn't a festival or a performance. It's silence, deep, heavy silence that blankets every home and every village. Even the birds seem to pause. You're left alone with your thoughts. And for the first time in ages, you hear the noise inside yourself. Ogo, ogo, the night before the silence. But before stillness comes chaos. On this night, the streets come alive with demons. Ogo, ogo, towering figures built by entire villages from bamboo, cloth, paint, and fire. Dozens of grotesque faces parade through the darkness, then burn in a roaring fire at the village square. This is purification. First, the island screams. Then, it falls quiet. On Bali, chaos always gives way to calm. Padang Bai, the gateway to the ocean. In the southeast lies Padang Bai, a place where the sea greets the gods. No crowds, no noise, just boats swaying gently on turquoise waves. If you can hear the silence here, you're ready for Nyepi, Jatilui, the pulse of the island. These aren't just rice terraces. They're the island's slow, deep breath, green ribs of earth, rising and falling like a living being. There's nothing here to photograph, only something to feel. If you sense it, Bali has opened itself to you a little more. Besaki and Lempuyang, the guardian temples. These temples don't decorate Bali, they guard it. Climbing here isn't a journey upward, but inward. On the stone steps, the wind sounds like a mantra. You stand above the clouds and realize time flows differently here. Galungan, when ancestors return. Every 210 days, Bali welcomes the spirits of its ancestors. The streets bloom with penjaws, bamboo poles adorned with flowers and fabric. The air fills with the scent of incense and homes with the murmur of prayers. In these days, the living and the dead share space again, and the entire island breathes as one family, Kintamani and Mount Batter. In the early morning, the earth here breathes steam. Mount Batter is alive, calm, but you can feel its quiet pulse beneath your feet. This is Bali as it was before YouTube, raw and unfiltered. You don't come here to find yourself. You come here to listen to the island, Ubud and the north. Ubud has become a synonym for yoga studios, handcrafted souvenirs, and perfect lattes. But the real Ubud hides behind walls of rice fields. No signs, no music, only a silence that seeps under your skin. Further north, you'll find waterfalls, thermal springs, and hot pools. Here, silence doesn't frighten you. It heals you. You're alone. And suddenly you realize solitude isn't always emptiness. Seminyak at night, villages at dawn. Seminyak glows in the dark. Alcohol, dancing, heated conversations stretching into sunrise. Then comes the morning. You hear a rooster. You see a woman carrying a basket of offerings, the scent of incense curling in the air. Bali is a transition, from noise to stillness, from the crowd back to yourself. Only you decide which way to go. Water temples, Tanah Lot, waves crashing, sunset blazing, whispers of prayer drifting on the wind. Here, the sea and faith merge into one. This isn't a place for rushing. Time folds into the waves and dissolves like sand beneath the water. Bali isn't an island for those who bring noise. It's a place of power, where every step, every word, even every glance becomes a reflection of respect. Here, you're not the master, you're a guest, and the island knows it instantly. If you're willing to listen instead of speak, if you've come not for likes, but for culture and quiet, Bali will open itself to you. It will give you rituals that send shivers down your spine. Forests where your heartbeat matches the rhythm of the rain. Waters that wash away your worries, leaving only a pure, steady light inside. And a silence deep enough to let you hear things you never believed in before. Don't try to conquer Bali. Live it. Through your steps, your gestures, your respect. Here, paradise has no patience for disrespect. But if you're ready for it, Bali will become your home. This is all we wanted to tell you. Now just sit back in silence. Watch Bali and listen to the way it breathes. Just watch and feel this island.